It's Thursday, January 14. This is the news on PBCJ. I'm Carol Francis. The virtual press briefing for the 41st National Leadership Prayer Breakfast was held today, Thursday, January 14.
Our theme this year, 2021, is Keep Hope Alive. It's not a radical or new idea, but it's a timely and necessary call to all of us that despite the challenges, we cannot give up. We must keep hope alive.
The National Leadership Prayer Breakfast has become a fixture on Jamaica's national calendar since it began in 1985 with the event's principal sponsor, Victoria Mutual. The event is a time that our nation's leaders can collectively reflect on the challenges and opportunities facing Jamaica and to come in agreement through prayer on how to overcome them while capitalizing on new opportunities. The mandate of the National Leadership Prayer Breakfast Committee is to foster greater unity among leaders of all levels in Jamaica. The National Leadership Prayer Breakfast will be broadcast and live streamed on all of the PBCJ's platforms on Thursday, January 21, beginning at 7:30 in the morning. Persons wanting to enter the world of programming, change their professional career, or simply develop new technological skills will be able to do so at the newly opened Amber Heart NSTA Coding Academy. More from Marlon Samuels.
Jamaica's education system, viewed by some as world-class, now has to contend with the speed of change in the digital age. Computer literacy is commonly taught, but computer coding receives far less attention. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues to fast-track the digitalization of services globally, Jamaicans need to become digitally skilled. To bridge that digital divide, the government of Jamaica and the Amber Group have opened a coding academy. It will close the skills gap and develop a new generation of digital pioneers in Jamaica.
We are here today to launch this new initiative, the Amber Heart Academy, which will serve as a catalyst for a new age of digital transformation. This initiative will see the training of young Jamaicans as software developers to create cutting-edge technologies that will be a benefit not only to their future, but a benefit to the nation as well.
Launched by Prime Minister Andrew Holness on January 14, the Amber Heart NSTA Coding Academy offers intensive classes focusing on computer coding.
What I'm especially thrilled about is that in addition to coding, students will learn to manage stress and negative emotions. During our upbringing, we are not usually taught how to handle negative emotions or cope with stress, and this often leads to anger and violence on one hand, or depression and anxiety on the other. I still remember when I was a child, my mother would angrily tell me not to be angry. This is why our approach to Amber Heart Academy is so different, as it also includes self-development through the Art of Living program, which is renowned globally and even undertaken by universities such as Harvard, Stanford, MIT, as well as locally by the students at the University of West Indies. With this approach, our vision is to see 20,000 Jamaicans engaged as developers within the next 5 years. We at the Amber Group have invested heavily into this program with computers, equipments, some of the best master coders teaching this course. And because we believe in their potential, we have guaranteed employment through our company for all successful graduates. I would like to thank our partners at the Office of the Prime Minister, the Heart NSTA Trust, and Hope for taking this step with us. This is indeed the start of something great, something huge.
This course is not a generalist course. You're going to be immersed into what you will be required to do in the world of work. So there is an apprenticeship element built in, which we have always wanted in our training, so that the competence It's not just having the technical and academic knowledge of the subject, but you now have the applications base of the knowledge. You can take the knowledge that you have, apply it to real-world solution, and transition immediately into the place of work without further training, because that is how the course is designed. And this, we have always wanted our training to be demand-driven and aligned with industry. And this course is aligned with industry. The persons who are trained will have employment and will be able to transition into coding jobs without having to go through further training. They are work ready at the end.
There are many opportunities available to those with coding skills, especially for mobile software. For the news on PBCJ, I am Marlon Samuels.
One of the topics that have dominated public discussion in recent years is the National Identification System, or NIDS. On Wednesday, members of the public got a chance to question the experts via the first of a series of virtual town hall type meetings. It was broadcast live on all our platforms here at PBCJ. But in case you missed it, here is a summary of what happened.
The town hall was held virtually at the office of the Prime Minister, owing to the COVID-19 pandemic. It was organized by the Parliamentary Joint Select Committee that reviewed the NIDS bill. Members of the public could ask questions in real time and get answers from a panel of experts as well as legislators. Committee Chair Justice Minister Delroy Chuck said the town halls are vital.
At the end of the day, we want every single Jamaican to know what this NIDS is about, or at least have the opportunity to know what it is about and to be able to express any skepticism. So we want in these town hall meetings to ensure that all misinformation or misleading comments are dealt with.
But what is NIDS exactly? Member of the technical team, Janelle Miller-Williams, explains.
The bill proposes to establish a national identification databases in which all identity information will be stored. The bill also proposes to provide for the enrollment of eligible persons and also to provide for a unique national identification number which will be assigned to each enrolled individual, and the issuance of a national identification card to each enrolled individual.
One of the main concerns about NIDS is that of privacy of data. NIDS Program Director Warren Vernon addressed that very real concern.
The national identification system will be the most secured system to ever be implemented by the government of Jamaica. And the card itself will be the most secured card to ever be implemented by the government of Jamaica. And why am I saying that? Because we are spending a lot to improve the security framework. Yes. And for the technical people listening, we are implementing for the first time a national public-private key infrastructure, which will be the security backbone for the solution.
This is the first of 6 virtual town halls. Melvin Pennant, PBCJ News.
The application portal for the government's Own Your Own device will reopen on Monday, January 18, 2021. We have more in this report.
According to the Education Minister, Favour Williams, 17,773 applications were submitted for the Own Your Own device initiative.
Persons will soon begin to get the e-vouchers through email and SMS, telling them of the $20,000 and giving instructions as to how to redeem and the names of the approved vendors who have agreed to the minimum specifications and eligibility requirements.
Many persons encountered problems with their tax registration number and student registration number.
All students who are enrolled in the education sector has a student registration number, which is given when they start out in grade 1, or if you entered school in a different grade, you're also registered, and it remains with the student throughout their school life until they graduate from high school. During the course of having announced the Own Your Own device, 21,120 persons would have called or emailed the ministry requesting the student registration number for their children. All of the 21,120 persons were either told what their child's SRN, or if the child was not registered for some reason, then the registration would be completed.
Minister Williams says the Tax Administration of Jamaica has been notified about issues concerning TRNs, or tax registration numbers. For more information on the Own Your Own Device initiative, call 888-EDUCATE. That's 888-338-2283 or 888-724-8463. Parliamentarians were also told that 129 schools have been approved for face-to-face teaching and learning. Minister Williams says one of the areas in focus is the ability test, which is part of the primary exit profile assessment program.
The results of the ability test in February will give us a sense of the potential rather than just the academic performance of our children. It will alert us as to what our children are capable of doing, so we can adequately prepare them for the performance task and the curriculum-based tests, which are based on the National Standards curriculum and come later in May 2021.
She says a mobile student support initiative will be launched on January 18 to focus on students who need further support.
The ministry will be providing after-school classes to small groups of 5 for 2 hours twice per week using the schools, church halls, community centers, USF community access points, the Jamaica Library Service locations, and other temporary learning spaces. Madam Speaker, we are grateful for the support and cooperation from our stakeholders, for the useful suggestions from principals and teachers.
Minister Williams says all Jamaicans should help our children to remain engaged in their education by taking advantage of all modalities available. For the news on PBCJ, I'm Simone Absalom Gale.
A joint select committee of Parliament has been appointed to consider and report on a motion by the Minister of Local Government and Community Development regarding a proposal to make the Portmore City Municipality Jamaica's 15th parish. The Joint Select Committee is inviting written submissions from the public to aid in its deliberations. Written submissions must be sent by Friday, January 15, 2021 to the Clerk to the Houses, Gordon House, 81 Duke Street, Kingston. Reggae legend Frederick Toots Hibbert and business mogul Gordon Butch Stewart will both be posthumously honored with the keys to the city of Kingston by the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC. Mr. Hibbert, who died in September 2020, is known for his timeless music and as the first person to coin the word reggae. Business mogul Gordon Butch Stewart, who died on January 4, 2021, was the founder of Sandals Resorts International, the ATL Group, and the Jamaica Observer. Awarding an individual with the keys to the city of Kingston is the highest honor that can be bestowed by the KSAMC. Motorists will have to pay more for gas and diesel this week. Gabriel Thompson has these and other stories in today's Business Report.
On Monday, January 1, the Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ began the pilot phase of a direct funds transfer project. TAJ says it is aimed at improving the process by which customers transfer funds to its bank accounts for the payment of taxes and fees. Under this new arrangement, all funds transferred to TAJ's bank account must include a direct funds transfer number, DFTN, generated from the administration's website. This will remove the need for a manual direct banking form to be later submitted. Customers will now also be able to print their official receipt instead of having to retrieve it at a later date from a tax office. With the implementation of the pilot, customers who previously used the manual direct banking option are reminded to switch to another electronic payment option or to begin using the DFT payment option. In a release issued Monday, the TAJ called the process a game-changing one, set to mitigate challenges being experienced by the administration in identifying and receipting funds under the previous direct banking arrangements. According to the latest ex-refinery costs from Petrojam, motorists should see an increase at the pumps in the prices of gasoline and diesel effective Thursday, January 14. 87 and 90 octane gasoline will be sold for $115.11 and $117.94 per liter, respectively, up by $3.06 each. Following an increase of $1.84, automotive diesel fuel will be sold for $114.95 per liter, while ultra-low sulfur diesel is up by $3 and will be sold for $119.22 per liter. Kerosene saw a price increase of $3 and will be sold for $91.85 per liter. Propane liquid petroleum will be sold for $53.34 per liter, up by $3, and butane liquid petroleum will be sold for $50.51 per liter after a decrease of $3. Expect price changes as marketing companies and retailers will add their respective markup to these prices. In Wednesday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index declined by 1,601 points to close at under 400,000 units. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 84 stocks, of which 28 advanced, 42 declined, and 14 traded firm. The junior market index declined by 8 points to close at under 3,000 units. Stocks advanced for Cargo Handlers Limited, Caribbean Cement Company Limited, and Caribbean Cream Limited. Stocks declined for Access Financial Services Limited, Barita Investments Limited, and Berger Paints Jamaica. Trading firm were AMG Packaging and Paper Company, CAC 2000 Preference Shares, and Siboney Group Limited. Dermon Trading Company Limited was the volume leader with 16.1 million units, followed by QWI Investments Limited with 6.1 million units and Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited with 3.4 million units. Now for the foreign exchange. The US dollar on Wednesday, January 13, ended trading at $144.48. The Canadian dollar sold for an average $112.74. The pound sterling traded for $198.62, and the euro ended trading at $178.64. Oil prices dipped on Thursday as bullish signals from Chinese import data and U.S. crude oil stocks draws were outweighed by surging coronavirus cases in Europe and new lockdowns in China. Brent crude futures fell 36 cents to $55.70 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate crude futures dropped 26 cents to $52.65 a barrel. And that does it for this edition of the Business Report on PBCJ. I'm Gabrielle Thompson.
If you're looking for a delicious frozen treat that has less sugars and is creamier than regular ice cream, why not try rolled or stir-fried ice cream? This delicious frozen treat can be had your way right away. It is freshly made using ingredients you choose. It's available at Roly Poly, and that's where our culinary trail takes us this week.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Roly Poly.
Thank you.
Your order today?
May I have a strawberry ice cream, please?
Okay, one strawberry ice cream?
Yes.
No problem.
love roly-poly because it's so creamy and nice, and I get to watch how they make it. It's just so good.
We are a company that goes beyond to please our customers, and we want to be different in terms of giving customers a chance and a feel to make their own creation when they think about ice cream, right? It's guilty pleasures, but at least we want to, them to be a part of their own creation and what they really want. All our ingredients are fresh ingredients, 100% natural, made, and the ice cream is made from scratch, handcrafted from scratch, right in front of your very eyes. The milk base, which is a vanilla base, is placed on the platter with the ingredients, and it is freeze blast within seconds to make your magical rolls. Hence the name roly-poly. Regular ice cream, they sometimes be on cold storage for a very long period. But with roly-poly, all our ingredients, everything is made right in front of you from scratch. And it's your own creation. We offer a wide variety of over 50 amazing flavors, which the ingredients are freeze blast within seconds right in front of your eyes. So you get to be a part of the mix by mixing and matching your own flavors from syrup to, from sauce to toppings. An acai bowl is, it's a very filling and vitamin-packed fruit dish. It is made with blended fruits. It's a vegan-based product where we offer fruits freshly made. You can have it for breakfast. The fruits are blended together, topped with granola and goji berries, whatever choice of topping you decide. We do them blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, and as I said before, the granola. Sorbets, fresh fruits made from scratch, and they all come in rolls, except for the acai bowls. We also do smoothies, 100% natural, and also we do milkshakes. You can have your strawberry cheesecake milkshake, your mixed berry, whatever you're liking. We use less sugar, and we offer the very best when it comes to a wide range of variety of fruits, and they're freshly made. As I said before, freshly made from scratch, and you get to see the whole process, you get to be a part of it. We have our flagship store, which is in Island Village, Ocho Rios. We have 2 stores in Montego Bay, the Witter Village branch and the Fairview branch, and we have 1 in Mandeville at the Reliance Center. Well, roly-poly should be your place of choice because we are different and we go beyond all measures to please our customers, and it's just an amazing experience to be here. You get to be a part of everything we do. You tell us what to do, when to do, and you get the whole bundle right there.
In regional news, we start over in the Bahamas, where the opposition PLP's COVID-19 task force is questioning whether the island's health minister is the right man for the job, following what they call the negligence and indifference displayed when the minister revealed that more than 20,000 travelers failed to take a mandatory rapid antigen test. We hear more in this report.
Members of the PLP's COVID-19 task force are hitting out at the Minister of Health after he defended the Ministry of Health's travel protocols despite some 21,000 persons not adhering to the 5-day rapid antigen testing.
He has been placed in an awkward position, and it's like asking a fish to fly. A fish may be very efficient at swimming, but at flying is poor. And right now, my grade for Mr. Wells is a fish out of water.
On Tuesday, the Minister of Health insisted that health protocols are working and pointed to low COVID-19 numbers. However, Dr. Linwood Brown sees things differently.
Yes, the numbers may be down, the hard numbers may be down, but so are the testing numbers. We have evidence to prove that the testing numbers are also down. So when the test numbers goes down, the positive numbers goes down. So the 21,000 persons who did not test can have a major impact on the overall COVID picture in the Bahamas. So I think we can cause a false sense of security.
The task force co-chair, Dr. Michael Darville, is calling for the government to tighten up enforcing stricter penalties for those who don't follow the protocols, but insisted that passengers who did not comply may not be 100% responsible.
It is absolutely necessary for the government to activate all penalties for individuals who fail to have the test done. But we are getting information coming in that many visitors have been reaching out who are not staying at the larger hotel facilities that are accommodating their visitors, that they have reached out to these various locations and they're not really getting the response. So it's obviously that something is happening. And some of the centers that is responsible for monitoring and doing these tests are not operating at its optimum level.
According to the task force, it comes down to tracing and tracking. Reporting for our News, I'm Georgia Bain.
Over in Trinidad and Tobago, the number of COVID-19 cases remains steady. One hospital on the island may soon be removed as a COVID treatment facility. The island's Minister of Health says many may be experiencing COVID fatigue, but urged the population to continue to comply with the public health measures.
Minister of Health Terence Dialsing said COVID fatigue doesn't mean that the virus is tired.
The daily number of new cases being diagnosed around the world is now over 750,000 cases per day. The last time I would have given you that statistic, it was between 650 to 700,000 cases. It is going up.
But while numbers increase globally, locally the numbers are beginning to remain steady.
If we continue to adhere to the public health measures and we continue to maintain these steady numbers from October, we have already planned, if these numbers hold, I want my comments to be carried properly. If these numbers hold, instead of talking about expanding hospital space, we are now thinking and have a plan to take the Arima hospital out of the COVID grid.
The minister said the Arima hospital is currently underutilized.
You have about 5 or 10 persons there on any one day in a 100-bed facility. So our current thinking, if the numbers hold, is to return the Arima hospital, which has never been used for the benefit of the people of Arima, La Hoqueta, Sangre Grande, all those areas, Samaru Village, to its original use, which is a secondary health facility.
Minister Dialsing said once numbers remain steady, by February the Arima hospital will be taken off as a COVID treatment facility. He added that suspected cases will find a home at the Augustus Lung Hospital in Pointe-a-Pierre. Mahalia Joseph Wharton, TTT News.
With that, we pull up the stumps on today's edition of the news. Until next time, stay safe and pleasant viewing.